The goal for this video is to still use ratios to make predictions. We're going to do it a different way than last time. Okay, last time we used tables, so let's review how we did it last time, and then we'll show you the new way. Okay, so I'm looking at this ratio, books to bookmarks. Okay, these problems should look familiar. They're the same ones we did last time, but we're going to, again, do this another way. Okay, so last time to review, we looked at books to bookmarks. This relationship was 9 books to 2 bookmarks. Okay, so if I keep going with that ratio, if I have 18 books, I would have 4 bookmarks. Okay, so the books are going up by 9, and the bookmarks are going up by 2. So if I have 27 books, I would have 6 bookmarks. Okay, and I have to get up to 72 books. Okay, so I'm going to keep going with the top part of my table. 9 times 4, 45 would be next, 54, 63, and 72. And then I want to see how many bookmarks I would have sold. So the bottom's going to be going up by 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So 16 is my answer. Okay, so we solved these problems with tables last time. Okay, but I want to show you a way that's, I think, is a little bit shorter. Okay, so we're comparing a ratio of books to bookmarks. Okay, so I'm going to write that ratio. Books to bookmarks. And a ratio of 9 books to 2 bookmarks. Okay, and then they give me more information. They said I sold 72 books. Okay, so the 72, the books, I'm going to put as my next numerator. Because over here on the side, I said that I'm going to put books on top as my numerator. Okay, so you have to ask yourself, how do I get from 9 to 72? What I'm going to multiply by, and whatever number that is, I'm going to do the same to the denominator. Okay, so 9 times what is 72? Should be 9 times 8. So I'm going to multiply the denominator by 8 also. 2 times 8 is 16. Hey, we got the same answer. That's good. Okay, so if we sold 72 books, we would sell 16 bookmarks. Okay, so today we're going to focus on this way of solving the problems. Okay, it's a little bit shorter. A fast food restaurant sold 35 burgers with cheese. If the ratio of burgers sold with cheese to without cheese was 7 to 3, okay, so I'm going to write that, with cheese to no cheese was 7 to 3. And they told me on top they sold 35 burgers with cheese. Okay, so with cheese was my numerator, so that 35 is going to be a numerator. Okay, so you're asking yourself, 7 times what would get me 35? And I'm going to do the same to the denominator. Well, 7 times 5 is 35. So 3 times 5 would be 15. Okay, so your answer would be 15 burgers with no cheese. Okay, I'm going to change this question. How many burgers did they sell with no cheese? If they ask for a total amount, that means just add them up. Okay, but I'm interested in this new method today. Okay, let's look at this one. The ratio of sugar cones to waffle cones is 6 to 5. So sugar to waffle. Always make sure you're labeling these so that we know which numbers go with which. Okay, so sugar is mentioned first, so the 6 is for sugar, the 5 is for waffle. There are 42 sugar cones sold. Okay, so again, I have to decide where to put that 42. Is it going to be a numerator or denominator? Well, it's sugar cones, and sugar was a numerator, so I'm going to also put that in the top. So how do I turn a 6 into a 42? What am I going to multiply by this time? Okay, if you have to write out your 6 times tables on the side, go ahead. Should be 6 times 7. Okay, so 5 times 7 is 35. Okay, so 35 waffle cones would be sold. Okay, let's just look at 2 more before you try it out. At summer camp, the ratio of boys to girls was 5 to 4. Okay, boys corresponds with the 5, girls with the 4. Again, what it means is for every 5 boys, there are 4 girls. Okay, so let me set up my ratio. Boys to girls. 5 boys to 4 girls. Okay, read on in the problem. If there were 40 girls, so I have to decide, am I going to put that 40 as my numerator or denominator? Well, this time girls was a denominator, so that 40 is going to go in the bottom. So you're thinking, how do I turn a 4 into a 40? What am I going to multiply by so I can make an equivalent ratio? 4 times 10. So I'll do the same on top. 5 times 10 is 50. So 50 boys and 40 girls. And last one we'll try together. While completing a race, Ned spent 63 minutes walking. If his ratio of time walking to jogging was 9 to 1, okay, so let me write down that information. Walking to jogging was 9 to 1. Question says, how many minutes did he spend jogging? Okay, on top, the other information I'm giving is 63 minutes walking. Okay, so 63 minutes of walking, is that walking a numerator or denominator? We'll check what you wrote on the side. Walking is a numerator. So 63 will be my numerator. Okay, so 9 times what is 63? Should be times 7. 1 times 7 on the bottom is 7. So he spent 7 minutes jogging. Okay, here's one for you to try. Henry was playing checkers with a friend. The ratio of games Henry won to how many his friend won was 9 to 4. If the friend won 28 games, how many games did Henry win? Please pause the video and try this one. Okay, comparing Henry to the friend, the ratio is 9 to 4, but then in the other information you're given says the friend won 28 games. So where was the friend's wins? Well, they were in the denominator, so the 28 would be in your denominator. So 4 times what is 28? Should be times 7. In the numerator, 9 times 7 is 63. Okay, so Henry won 63 games. And here's one similar question for you to try. The ratio of games Kate won to how many her friend won was 5 to 4. If the friend won 20 games, how many games did Kate win? Please try this one. Okay, so there's your original ratio, and then it says the friend won 20. The friend is your denominator, so 20 is going to go in the denominator. And to get an equivalent fraction, I'd have to multiply this first one by 5 over 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. All right, now I just want to look back quickly at the problems that we did. I want to look at this second number. Okay, so here it was 5 over 5. In the problem before it was 7 over 7. The problem before that, it was 7 over 7 again. Well, that second number that we're multiplying by, 7 divided by 7 is 1, right? 7 divided by 7 is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. We were always multiplying by a form of 1. What happens when you multiply by 1 to a number? that number does not change. Okay, so these ratios, they're equivalent ratios. Now they look different, okay, but they have the same value. Okay, they are equivalent. We're multiplying by a form of the number 1, so we're not changing the number itself, we're just changing how the number looks.